All right, Vegas, we are back. Man, it's time for us to continue our Year 5 offseason with your Las Vegas Golden Knights. And we're here after a pretty tough Western Conference final loss to the Calgary Flames and after a lackluster draft day. But good news, I'm hoping that we have an incredible free agency, which is now less than a week away. And the reason I hope it's going to be incredible, I don't know who else is going to be available on free agency, but we have two studs, three actually, our goaltender Connor Hellebuyck, who won a Stanley Cup 2 years ago, who don't want contract extensions on this team, but we may have to re-sign once we get to free agency if there are no other options. So let's just go over the roster quickly. I'll show you guys what the plan is. We'll start from the back end out. First off, goaltenders, Connor Hellebuyck. He was great for us when we won the Stanley Cup. This year, though, he dropped the ball. He was one of the weaker aspects of our playoff run. Now, he doesn't want a contract extension, like I said. So if we're going to give him like a 4-year deal, we're going to have to go up to like 6.5, probably 7 million. I am not willing to do that with Connor Hellebuyck. I'll wait till free agency. If there's no one else better than him, I'll bring him back. If there is someone better than him, I'll go after that player, especially if it's worth it. And all we need to do is get a bridge goalie for Rocky Roenick. Rocky Roenick is already 67 overall. I'd say this year he's in the 70s. Next year, he'll be in the 80s, probably ready for a backup role. 3 years from now, I'd say when he's 22, 23, he'll be ready to start in the NHL, and he'll be our go-to goalie there. But until that time, we need a replacement. As I said, we need an intern goalie, and $7 million for Connor Hellebuyck. A little bit too much. We could probably get him for cheaper in free agency. So goaltenders, we're going to just let him go. Defenseman, now Rasmus Ristolainen also doesn't want a contract extension. And when you look at this team, we already have so many. We got Pietrangelo, Ryan Ellis, Shea Theodore, Jetwu, Brandstrom, and then McIsaac, I'm hoping, grows for this year. He's top 4, 22 years of age, 77 overall. Same thing with Sylvester. He's 21 years of age, got that top 4, 77 overall. And Madsen, I don't even know how this guy's going to grow. He's got the low elite, 76 overall, 22 years of age. So we already have 5 defensemen and 3 others that could crack the NHL lineup. The good news about Rasmus Ristolainen is that he doesn't want that much. See what I mean? 7.5. So I'm going to try something right now with Rasmus. Considering we're paying Alex Pietrangelo $8 million, I would be willing to give Rasmus the same amount. But if he wants anything more, we're going to have to move on from him, at least until free agency. So I'll go 8 years. What is it? 5 years? Or not 8 years. $8 million per year. How much? No, if I go up in year length, it's going to be even harder to get. Yeah, 3 years. I could probably get him on 3-year deal as well. That'd be even easier. Yeah, you know what? I'll go on a 3-year deal, the same thing as Alex Pietrangelo, because I think I can get him for cheaper there. So we'll try 3 years, $8 million for Rasmus Ristolainen, a mirror contract to Alex Pietrangelo, and these two guys can be our two big guns. If one of these younger guys crack the NHL lineup, well then guess what? We have some trading assets that we could move, which is not a bad thing. It's one of those good problems, having a super stacked blue line. So that takes care of that. We move on to the right wingers. We haven't signed Connor Brown just yet. I think I'm gonna, I don't know what I want to do with these guys. Hang on a second. Let's just see. It all relies on Rasmus Ristolainen. If I have the money, then I think I want to bring back these debt players. But if we get Rasmus, we're going to have to find some other young guns to play, like Victor Reed. Hopefully he's ready to play and be an effective player in the NHL this upcoming season. 78 overall. And same thing with Riley Suter. If he gets a good jump, these are the players that could end up replacing guys like Connor Brown and Eakin and Cizikas, right? But I'm not ready to cut them just yet. Go down here. There's no one else. Left wingers. We got Johnny Gaudreau. Same position as a Rasmus Ristolainen, but realistically, Johnny Gaudreau did not produce for us. We have Colin White, Craig Rankin, a few other guys who did way better during the regular season, after the trade deadline, and more importantly, during the playoffs. We couldn't find a spot for him. I'd love to bring him back. He is still 91 overall, but at $9.6 million, and he doesn't want a contract extension, which means we'll probably, well, not even probably, we will have to go north of 10.5, more than likely 11 mil, right? All the way up to 11 mil. If I can't, I can go 8 years and maybe get him at 10 mil. That would take him up to 36 years of age. But I'm not willing to pay any player more than $8 million right now. So Johnny Gaudreau, I think we're going to have to cut you to free agency, and I'm going to do it right now. There he goes, boys. Now, if there's no other better option in free agency, then I'll take a stab at him, because we're going to have the cap space. But that's why I don't want to sign him right now, because I want to keep my options open. Who knows? There could be, I don't even know, year number 5, whose contract would end up. There could be a stud out there. You never know. Maybe even an RFA. But Marcus Johansson, I would love to bring this guy back because he just has incredible chemistry with Colin White. Look at the kind of numbers that he's been putting up. Last year, 52 assists for 66 points. Colin White's the shooter, this guy's the passer. Now in the playoffs, not so good. But does he want a contract? He doesn't want a contract extension. How much does he want? 5.9 mil? Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing that. So what I'm going to do for Johansson is go 3 years. Same thing as Pietrangelo, that team that won us a Stanley Cup. I can always trade them at the end of the second year. So he doesn't want that contract extension. We got rid of Gaudreau. A guy who gets 50 assists playing alongside of Colin White can make $6.5 million. That's fine by me. So 3 years, $6.5 million for Marcus Johansson. I want to bring him back. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? And centers, Rankin, I'm hoping gets some good growth. Colin White's up to an 85. He could technically still grow. Well, actually, it might get locked in this year. But still, if he has like 40-goal seasons, you might see it slowly go up. Cody Glass, I'm hoping gets a good jump this year. And then we have the veteran players like Cody Eakin, Adam Henry, Casey Cizikas. But I don't think we need these guys, especially if we get, Rasmus Ristolainen back. We could play some of these younger players, or just take a look in free agency on who's available. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate a day, and we're going to see what happens with Rasmus Ristolainen. That's the big one, all right? So hang on a second here. Advanced day. Does he want to sign back with us for $8 million? No. Rasmus Ristolainen has rejected our offer. I could go up to 8.5. I could go up to 9, but we don't need... Technically, we don't need defensemen, and I am not willing to suffocate ourselves for this free agency. Like I said, there could be some really good players, and I could always take another shot at them in free agency, maybe get them a little cheaper. I will be competing with other teams, but we won the Stanley Cup without Rasmus and without Johnny Gaudreau. We bring them in, we lose in the Western Conference Final, right? It's not the end of the world for these players, or to lose these players. So there goes Rasmus. I'm just going to cut him right now. We still have $19 million of cap space available. We're going to have to get a goaltender with that. We're going to get a backup as well. Defensemen, it looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got 8 defensemen who look to be NHL ready for next season. And forwards without the UFAs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. 8 with Suzuki. 9 with Victor Reed. 10 with Suter. And then all these other guys. See what I mean? We really don't need... What's our center depth like? Because a lot of these guys are centers. Cody Eakin and Adam Henrique. So we got Rankin, White, Cody Glass as a third-line center. Suzuki I might even play on the wing this year because he does produce offensively and he's a playmaker. I could always put him on the right wing. Might end up doing that. So realistically, how much do these guys want? I'm not gonna sign Connor Brown. Casey Cizikas wants $2.5 million. Adam Henrique wants I can sign him to a 2-year deal, $3.2 million, and Cody Eakin wants 2.7. All right, let me just take a look at their stats quickly again. Cody Eakin looks like that. Adam Henrique looks like that, and Casey Cizikas looks like that. Realistically, I only need one of these players, so I'm going to cut Casey Cizikas. Adam Henrique was a little bit expensive. I can always bring him back in free agency if I want. Cody Eakin, though, our captain for our Stanley Cup victory, I'm going to bring him. Does he? Yeah, he wants to come back, so I can give him a team-friendly deal. 1 year, $2.65 million. That'll give us the depth that we need. We don't need any depth on the wings, so I'll go to all skaters right now. Let me just see Connor Brown. How much does he want? I think it's probably going to be the same as all these other guys, like 2.5. Let me see his stats here. What did he do for us last year? It's like fourth liner. 13 goals, 14 assists, 27 points, +9. What about the playoffs? 5 goals, 3 assists, a +1 play. Not a bad depth player. It's just, you know what? I'm going to bring him back. Yeah, I'm going to bring back Connor Brown. He's not a bad fourth liner for us. Does he want? And he wants an extension. Same thing with Cody Eakin. So we'll bring back these two guys for injuries as well. You know, these guys are going to just fill out the lineup with the depth. We're going to save the money, and we're still going to have plenty of cap space to see what we can do in free agency. So let me just advance the day again. Oh, man, I need a drink of water. Connor Brown is rejected. Oh, my God, I can't give them team-friendly deals. These assholes. All right, let me do some power video editing. I'll go for my water, and I'll get these guys signed. Hang on. Okay, so Connor Brown has accepted my 1-year offer, and Cody Eakin has accepted the offer as well. So the Gingers are back in Vegas. A little bit of that year 4 magic. Hopefully, we can get back on this team. So go to contracts. Let me just double check, make sure that we are good to go. Got to get a goalie, got to get a backup defenseman. If there's a stud, if there's no one, I'm going to send to preseason. We'll see which defenseman is best suited. Might even trade the other guys because they're too good for the AHL, and we already have plenty of them. And I like our blue line. There's only 2 guys, Pietrangelo and Ellis, who are getting a little bit old, but they're magic for us, and they're still in their prime. They haven't dropped off. See what I mean? Pietrangelo still got that exact elite, and what's his name? Ellis is still 85 overall, 31 years of age, still got that exact top 4. So other than these guys, we have them all signed. Yes, we do. So all the forwards are signed, and our goaltenders as well. So wasn't able to bring back Rasmus Ristolainen, Johnny Gaudreau, or Connor Hellebuyck, but don't give up on them just yet. There may be some. Oh, you know what? Shit. Hang on a sec. Before I send to free agency, I just want to know cap space, $15.9 million. So $16 million, basically. We have $16 million of cap space. We already have a blue line. We got to get a goalie in there. You got to think that the goalie is going to come close to $6 million, especially if it's a good one. So we're gonna have $10 million for maybe a forward out there. It might end up being Johnny Gaudreau. But if there's somebody else that produces better, like a Colin White type scorer out there, I'll go for him. So hopefully, sign free agents. Let there be somebody else in there. Let's see, Johnny Gaudreau, Rasmus are still here. We go. Hampus Lindholm, Evgeny freaking Malkin, Sean Couturier, Victor Rask, Alex Galchenyuk. Yeah, there's a lot of guys here, boys. A lot of guys we could grow our team with. So this is good. Johnny Gaudreau, Rasmus Ristolainen, and Hampus Lindholm as well. And that's 9 teams interested in Hampus Lindholm. Okay, so first off, let us go to UFAs and goaltenders. John Gibson's there as well. Damn, John Gibson, 88 overall, 28 years of age. The only problem is he wants real-time money. Connor Hellebuyck, he's down there. Steve Mason, you want to talk about a goalie who could... the only thing about Steve Mason is his potential is exact fringe starter. The reason I would take a look at Steve Mason is the salary expected, and also we just need a bridge goalie to get to Rocky Roenick. 34 is a little bit too old, though. I need a goalie. Like, Connor Hellebuyck is perfect. He just wants 5.4. I might be able to get him cheaper now. What else we got here? We got Tristan Jerry. We got Malcolm Subban. I don't even know if these guys will produce for us. Jim Reimer, Picard. Okay, so I got $16 million. We got to get a goalie. Defenseman. Rasmus Ristolainen, he's going to want 7.750. So I could still try him at the $8 million that we tried in the re-sign stage. But now, because we're in free agency, we're going to be competing with Florida and Calgary, but he actually may accept that. Hampus Lindholm, however, he wants cheaper. What kind of... Oh my God, 94 defensive board. Let me just take a look at both of these. 94, 87, 90... Better body checker, it looks like. Yeah, much better body checker. And Hampus Lindholm doesn't really have the advantage. No, he doesn't. Rasmus has the advantage offensively. What is he? Just better defensively defensive awareness? So why do 9 teams want Hampus and only like 3 teams want Rasmus? Is it that extra $0.5 million, really? All right, okay, so we got a lefty and a righty in there. Other than that, no defenseman that we want. Right wingers, Radulov, Duclair. No, we're not going to need any of these players. Let me just take a look. Don't need snipers. Anthony Duclair, don't need a sniper. Fast. No, there's no one on the right side that we would want. Corey Perry for some depth. Get Malkin and Corey Perry for this team. Nah, he's going to drop off. Left wingers, Johnny Gaudreau, 9.8. So I'm not going to be able to get Johnny Gaudreau back. He's wanting so much, man. I'd have to go to 10 million. He's not worth it. He's not worth 10 million for me. I'd rather target Rasmus Ristolainen, to be honest. Josh Bailey, Thomas Vanek. No, there's no one in here either. And we already have, 4 centers, but Geno Malkin. The thing about Geno Malkin is that, what's his potential? He's still got the exact top 6 potential. Let's say he drops to an 83, 82. He's still going to be a great 3rd or 4th line player for 1 more year. I guarantee you. His offensive awareness will be up there. Let's see what he did in the simulation for last year. I mean, he had a 42-goal season last year. He's another one of those players that takes a lot of shots, it looks like. Shots, 269. Compare him to Colin White, who was up there as well. You could split these 2 guys up. Put Evgeny Malkin alongside of Craig Rankin. So I could go after... We don't need Adam Henrique back. We already have the center depth, especially if we get Geno. Alex Galchenyuk, he's 83 now. We don't need offense. The thing about Malkin is he's got decent defense. They're not that high, actually. His offense, though, you put him on the power play. Okay. Malkin wants, but he wants 7.6. Hang on a second. That's a lot. I didn't even see that. Ooh, he wants 8 million. Can't afford both of them. Okay, so we're going to have to say no to Gino Malkin. Oh man, do I want Malkin or Rasmus Ristolainen? Because Malkin might be the offense that we need. He got 42 goals last year. I know he's one of those players that simulates well. Let me go back and take a look. Let me just go to proposed trade. It's easy. It's an easy way to take a look at your team. Because do we need Rasmus Ristolainen? We're gonna get the goalie. I obviously know we need a goalie, right? But defensively, do we need to go and get another $8 million on the blue line? We already have 8 guys, and I would like to see if one of these young guys grow. And forwards, we got Rankin, like the goal scorers, White, Johansson. Rankin is a passer. Richie plays on the first line with Johansson and White. Fabry's a playmaker. You need another goal scorer in there. Victor Reed, yeah, you know what? Malkin might be perfect. Rankin, Malkin, and like Fabry on the second line. And then Tuck, Glass, and, oh man. Yeah, that might work. And like Suzuki on the third. Ooh, that could work out. All right. We're gonna say no to Rasmus Ristolainen. We're gonna go for a vet right here, boys. We're gonna make a move for the Stanley Cup. When Gino Malkin's available, I want to target players that simulate well. Rasmus didn't simulate well for us, and we already have a lot of young defensemen. I'm gonna bring back Connor Hellebuck. Let's see, he's 85. He's the best bet. But I could go John Gibson now because 8.5 and I'm saving a little bit of money. 8.5 for Gibson and then 8 million for Malkin. You're up to 16 mil. That works. That does work. Okay, let's try that. Okay, hang on a second here. 6 years. 7 years would take him to 35 years of age. That would be fine. The only thing is I'm competing. Oh, man, this is dangerous. If I lose out on Gibson, hopefully no one else takes Connor Hellebuck. I'll bring him back, but I'm going to go for Gibson. You guys probably want him. I'll listen. So I'll give him 7 years. 8.5. Hopefully. The Rangers are probably going to him 8.5. Yeah, I don't want to go any higher than 8.5. I'll go, I can't lose out on this guy. I'll go 9 mil. All right, there it is, boys. 9 mil we're going to pay for a goaltender. That's a lot of money right there. 8.750. All right, there it is. 8.750 for 7 years for John Gibson. We're making a move. If our team plays so well, other than our goaltender, then let's spend the money for the goalie before we got to pay our young players. Okay, so there's John Gibson taken care of, and now I'm gonna try to get Gino Malkin as well. Is there any other player or any other team that's already? Yeah, they've already approached Gino Malkin, which is not good. 2 years. Oh, man, 8.750. It's going to be close. But I think when you send a contract to somebody, like, it's not exact. I think I'll have a little bit of room here. So I'm going to go for it, yeah. I'm going to go for it. 1 year at 8.25. I know what you guys are saying. Johnny, that's more than 16 mil. I'm pretty sure the way the game works, it won't be exact. So I think we can get those 2 players signed. All right, so Malkin and a goalie. And I know we still do need a backup goalie, but we can easily find one that is on a minor league deal and he can suffice, especially if we have a Gibson and a Malkin. Like, our team will get into the playoffs. If it doesn't, well, what the hell? That's just EA Sports for you. The backup is not going to make a difference. We're not like a tweener team. We're a contender, a true contender, especially if we get Malkin, man. And John Gibson, he's going to be much better than Connor Hellebuck. So let's do it, all right? So Malkin and John Gibson. Now, they want to trade Cody Eakin for a second-round pick. Now, I could always trade away Cody Eakin right here to give us that cap space. But I want to bring, because Cody Glass and Suzuki are not playing fourth-line minutes. Other than that, I don't have a fourth-line center, and I need a penalty killer. Cody Eakin stays. Nope, because Cody Eakin is staying. If I can't afford John Gibson and Malkin, whatever. Advanced day. If it gives me Malkin and doesn't give me Gibson, because he says, I decided to sign with you, but you didn't have enough roster space, that's going to be a big mess up. So advanced day, oh man. If I miss out on both of them, John Gibson, I appreciate your interest, but I've decided to go with another team at this time. You have simply not offered me the dollars I feel are deserved based on my skills. I gave him more than he wanted and more years, more security. So we'll have to see what he signed with or how much he signed for with the Florida Panthers. And Gino Malkin has accepted. Now, hopefully, what's his name? Connor Hellebuck hasn't been signed just yet. Oh, God. If Connor Hellebuck is gone, we're in trouble, boys. UFA. Let's see. Goalies. Hellebuck, you better be there. Okay, Connor Hellebuck is still there, and there are 3 teams that are chasing him down. Yeah, we would have been able to sign John Gibson for 9 mil. Look at the cap space, 9.5. Okay, so let me see. At least now we can, I might even just get 2 goalies, like Malcolm Subban and someone else, and just see like which goalie plays better over the course of the year. Because sometimes you can get a starter goalie who really jumps if you play him well. Hang on a sec. What was I doing? Proposed trade. I want to see what he signed for with the Florida Panthers. Why not come to Vegas, man? Why would you want to go to Florida? Freaking Florida. They are a contender now. Hang on a second here. Goalies. They needed a goalie over here. Oh, man, yeah, all right, so 6 years. I gave him the 7-year deal at 8.750. He took the 6-year deal at 8.915. I don't know. My contract, you would have got more. I don't think you're going to be able to sign. Actually, he'll be 34. He might be able to sign for another big deal when he's 34. All right, John Gibson, you made your decision. Hopefully, we don't have to face each other in the Stanley Cup Finals because you're going to get your ass smoked. So we'll go back to free agency, boys. I think Connor Hellebuck. Oh, man. Should we try to get him back, or should we just go for like two backups and have them face each other? Like we go for these 2 guys, both at 3.4, get them both for 1 more year, Malcolm Subban and Tristan Jarry, or just go for Connor Hellebuck. Let me see the stats. Hang on, 4.5 stars for each category. Tristan Jarry, 4.5, not that good. And then Malcolm Subban. See what kind of stats Subban puts up. 8 and 11, 9-10 save percentage. I don't like that. Goals against ain't the greatest. 9-10 save percentage. And Tristan Jarry, what kind of save percentage does he have? 923 save percentage, 9-7-0 in 17 games played, 918 save percentage in that year, 909 save percentage. These are the years that you get the simulation, 17, 18, 907. So in 5 years, he has had 3 good years when it comes to simulation. Tristan Jarry, and then we go back to Connor Hellebuck, who during the regular season, 917, he had that one really good year with 933, but the last 2 years, yeah, not so much, and then the playoffs, 902. Yeah, we got to move on from Connor Hellebuck. You guys aren't going to like it. So Tristan Jarry will go after 1-year deal, 3.5. I'll make sure that I get this. All right, 3.750. There you go. And Malcolm Subban, same thing, 1 year at 3.750. Whichever one wants to sign, and I'll take both of them on as well because we don't need anyone else. So that'll be our starter and our backup. I try to go for Gibson, boys. There's going to be people saying, oh, you should have gone $9 million. I know, and in hindsight, it's all relative in hindsight, but geez, I sent the money. At least I made the effort. But now we got 2 goaltenders. We'll play them. We'll see which one is better. Malcolm Subban has accepted the offer of the Las Vegas Golden Knights, and Tristan Jarry has as well. All right. The Florida Panthers now want to trade their first-round pick for Ryan Ellis and Cody Eakin. No, thank you. So I'm going to decline that trade, and we're going to quickly take a look at the team again. Just go over the amount of players that we have, then we're going to simulate to the season, and if our team is on automatic, and it looks like we're going to be a playoff team, I think we may actually just simulate the whole entire year. So Roenick is going to take 2 to 3 years to get ready. Subban and Jarry, hopefully they can be our goalies for 2 to 3 years. They're both on 1-year deals. We're going to see which one plays better. Might end up trading one at the deadline if one takes off. Defensemen, you know the story. We have 5 capable defensemen and 3 guys who may grow, so 8 in total. And now forwards, we got center core, Malkin, Rankin, White, Glass, Eakin, and Suzuki could play the wing or he could take faceoffs for us. And other than that, on the left side, you got Ritchie, Johansson, and Fabry. And on the right side, you got Tuck, Connor Brown, Victor Reed, and Riley Suter. And we still have $3 million of cap space available. Okay, so that is that. Let us simulate up to the next season. Okay, so here we are. Preseason for year number 6. The redemption for the Las Vegas Golden Knights. Those pesky Calgary Flames. They are now the defending Stanley Cup champions. They've taken our title away from us. It's time that we get it back. So let's see if, it was our defensemen, right? We got to see if these young defensemen have grown at all. Also, the older players. I think I just saw Nick Ritchie up at 87. That's some good growth out of him, isn't it? Was he at 87 before? It's always, oh man, I forget. It's always tricky with those bigger players, those physical categories. So we got Tristan Jarry and Malcolm Subban as our two goaltenders. We're going to go month by month to see which one plays better. In the system, we got Rocky Roenick. I'm going to have to sign a AHL goalie. Don't worry, I can do that, no problem. Defenseman, Pietrangelo, 89. Let's see his potential. Still has the exact elite potential. So this has been really good with Alex Pietrangelo. He's not going to drop. Next year, even if he does drop, he'll be exact top 4, and then the year after that, he'll have 1 year left. So when I signed him to that free agency deal, that, what was it, 7 years or 6 years, $8 million, it was a solid deal because he hasn't dropped off at all, and he's not going to drop off. Ryan Ellis still has the top 4, so we haven't had any early drops from those guys. Shea Theodore, he's going to remain at 84. Jet Wu, 83. Brandstrom, 82. So even if those guys stay right there, they're utility defensemen. Brandstrom especially, you know what he's good at, the offense. The physical category is not there, and he does not have a shot. McIsaac, okay, so Jared McIsaac. He is now 22 years of age. I don't mind going 1 more year, but his role is a top 6, so playing in the AHL might actually just hurt trade value, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's going to help, but he could also just be a depth defenseman for us this year, and we could throw him in when we're losing games. Let's see Will Sylvester, taking a look at his stats. I actually like Will Sylvester's stats far better than Jared McIsaac, even though they're both 79. I don't know why McIsaac is 79. 86, 84, 85, maybe it's the defensive category. Yeah, maybe it's the 86 and the 85 on defensive awareness and stick checking. What about his shot? 85. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe he's just really fast. Yeah, he's a much better skater as McIsaac. But I like Will Sylvester. Sylvester, there you go. I like his stats better. And Edwin Madsen, he's also got the top 6 role. Taking a look at his stats, I don't like his stats. And as an offensive defenseman, that's not that bad. That's not that good, I should say. So we're going to send these two guys back. If I can make a trade, I will. Are they suffocating anyone in the AHL? It's not like we have anyone, so we can just leave them down there and then trade them when they're 23 years of age, or trade them at the deadline this year for a few players on for our playoff run, I should say. So we'll just leave these 6 players right there. I can always find a depth player in free agency or trade for one. Forwards, hang on a sec, we'll go right wingers at first. Forwards, we got Tuck, Reed, Brown. Yeah, that makes sense. In the system, I'm gonna bring up Riley Suter for right now. We'll just see how he is. Zubov, who's this guy? Vladimir Zubov. No, he's going to play in the AHL. He's not ready to go. Left wingers in the system. We got Andropov, no, and centers in the system. Okay, so everyone is up. The NHL, Suzuki, Eakin, Glass, White, yeah, and left wingers, Richie, Johansson, and Fabry. So we have one too many players on the team. I'm going to leave, let me see Riley Suter's stats. He is listed as a 4th-line forward. I wouldn't mind giving him the shot, the same way we gave the shot to Connor Brown and such. So let's just go to, the line changes for right now and see what we can do. So if I hit best lines, oh yeah, and Evgeny Malkin, what's he at? So his potential is dropped to exact top 9, but he should be good for 1 more year. So don't worry about the salary cap situation. Look at his numbers. His offensive awareness is still up at 93. His wrist shot accuracy and power are still both at 95. Put him on the power play. He's still going to be taking shots. Craig Rankin has grown to an 87 overall. Still has that 2nd line potential. So if I'm looking at it, I think I should be going the same line that worked last year. Colin White, Marcus Johansson, and Nick Ritchie. These guys were lights out. Nick Ritchie grew to an 87. His offensive awareness, 89. That's nice. 2nd line now could be Craig Rankin in the middle, because I want him taking face-offs. I don't want him leaving his spot. Geno Malkin, left-handed shot, could be on the right side. And on the left side, we could go Fabry, Reed, Suter, Glass, Tuck. I could go with the power forward Tuck. Hang on a second. What would be better? Robbie Fabry. I need someone who passes it, because Malkin is the shooter. Even though they're playmakers. You know what? I'm going to go Tuck on that line. The reason is because White gets all those shots with the playmaker and the power forward. Even though Malkin is a playmaker, he's a shooter. Rankin is not a shooter as much. Hang on. How many goals does Rankin score compared to assists? Yeah, he's a passer. He's definitely a passer. So you put the playmaker alongside of the shooter on his shooting wing, and then you put a power forward in there to help create some space. And then on the 3rd line, you're going to go Cody Glass, Robbie Fabry, and then what's Victor Reed? Is he a 3rd line? He's a 3rd line checking forward, 87 offensive awareness. Yeah, that could work out right there. And then Riley Suter, Cody Eakin, and where is he? Nick Suzuki. I have one too many players right now. So Nick Suzuki, you're going to go in there. He might even be a third line. He's a third line checking forward as well. To be honest, I would rather go Nick Suzuki right there and play Victor Reed on the fourth line, because he's a third line checking forward. So is Cody Eakin, and then Riley Suter would be the fourth liner. Yeah, I like that. I like that. And then we have Connor Brown as our scratch player for injuries. Yeah, I'm liking that. And then defensively, Ryan Ellis, Pietrangelo, we're going to keep those guys together. And then Sylvester. Yeah, the blue line's not looking as strong as it did last year with Rasmus Ristolainen, but I still think it's going to be okay. So what I'm going to do here, boys, I'm going to go through all the lines. I'm going to sign a few players for injury. I'm going to leave up Connor Brown, but I'm going to send those two defensemen back down to the AHL. There's no point in keeping them up here. We're gonna play Sylvester, because I like his stats a lot better. So power of video editing. Hang on a second. Okay, so I've got everything set, the lineups. We got some new players on our roster to fill up the spots. Our AHL team is ready to go. We are ready to start up year number 6. So I might as well go through the lines just to give you guys a quick look-see, and then we can start the whole season simulation. I'm hoping if this team is on automatic. So Marcus Johansson, Colin White, and Nick Ritchie on the first line. It may not look great, but we know it simulates well. Second line, you got Alex Tuck, the power forward, Craig Rankin, and Evgeny Malkin. This is going to be an experimental second line to start off. If it's not producing, we can always make some changes. And I know what people are already saying in the comment section. Play Craig Rankin as the first line center. Do you want to stunt his growth? His role currently says second line forward. The second that it says first line, and I will switch him up, and we can always go with Johansson, White, and Ritchie on the second line. But we know that first line works, and right now my job is to get this team into the playoffs, not to ensure that Craig Rankin grows to a first line forward. That's nice. I want to get there, but not at the expense of our season. Every win counts, especially early. Third line, you got Robbie Fabry, Cody Glass, and Nick Suzuki going to play the wing. Another experimental third line. I'm hoping that Robbie Fabry can really bring those two youngins up. It shouldn't be a bad third line, but in the past, we've had better defensive third lines. So this kind of looks like a offensive line. And then the fourth line, we got two rookies, Riley Suter and Victor Reed, playing alongside of our center, Cody Eakin, who's our penalty killer, our fourth line center, our veteran. So that's our forward core. Blue line, Eric Brandstrom, I'm giving the chance to on the first line with Alex Pietrangelo. I want to see if his offensive stats carry over to real-time numbers. He's not that bad. He just doesn't have a shot, and he's not physical. But speed-wise, he's way up there, and his defensive awareness is 89. So as long as he doesn't hurt like Pietrangelo in the first line, as long as he's not like minus 10 after the first 2 months, I think he'll be okay. And that allows me some flexibility here on the blue line. Jet Wu can play alongside of Ryan Ellis, and our veteran, who's 27, Shea Theodore, can go down and help the young rookie Will Sylvester. So we got 3 rookies playing on our team this year. This is the thing about the Vegas Golden Knights. Every year we got new rookies that are coming up. Power play, we got the first line together, and then the second line power play instead of what's his name? Instead of, oh crap, hang on a second here. Go back to the first line. Alex Tuck, that's the one. Instead of Alex Tuck on the power play because he's a power forward, I went with Robbie Fabry. But Rankin and Malkin are on the second line. Brandstrom's down there. 4-man power play, it looks like that. Penalty kill, Cody Glass and Suzuki. I'm going to see what Suzuki can do in the penalty kill. Couldn't find any other spot for him. I may take off Ritchie and put Suzuki in there just to give him, not on the first line, the power play, I should say. Just to give him some ice time, but other than that, because of Malkin on the team, there's just no room for them. So I want to make sure that they're getting more than just third line minutes. So they're going to get the penalty kill as well. We're going to see what they do. If not, I can always bring up Cody Eakin and Riley Suter, or also try out Victor Reed, or just go with the best defensive players on our team. Rankin is even up there now as well. 3-man penalty kill looks like that. Extra attackers looks like that. 3-on-3 looks like that. Extra attacker. All right. Shootout. Goaltenders, Tristan Jerry, Malcolm Subban. I'm not going to worry about changing the goalies myself. We're going to go a good 2 to 3 months, see what their stats look like, and then if there's one goalie that's clearly better, then we're going to go run with him. We'll turn off automated goalie rotations. And on the bench, we got Dmitry Kulikov. I just signed him. Marcus Kruger, a depth center for us. If we lose the center, this guy can come in. Good penalty killer, good face-off man, and Connor Brown as well, the winger that we bring in. Okay, so that's the NHL squad. And the AHL squad looks like this. I signed a few players. You may recognize some of our young guns, but all the young guns that that had that high value, they're already playing on our team. We got a few guys down here like Wells, McIntyre, Lindgren. They got the low elites, but it's going to take a long time for these guys. And McIsaac and Madsen, definitely trade bait come the trade deadline. If we don't trade them this year, we got to see some growth. If not, trading them at the draft day, definitely. Okay? So that is that. Oh, and goaltenders. Yeah, we got this guy Godla and Roenick. Rocky Roenick is going to be the backup. Hopefully we get some good growth out of him. I made sure to stack the AHL squad, so when he's in there, he's going to get some good stats. So I've already gone ahead with the trading block. You know what I need to do, though? I need another drink of water. Hang on a second. All right, ready to go. No congestion. Sinuses are clear. Let us start up year number 6, shall we? So like I said, I hope our team is on autopilot. Injuries are bound to happen. I'm prepared for that. Prepared for the micromanaging and the power of video editing. But I just want to see, because we do have a few experimental lines. The blue line, obviously. We didn't start last year with Rasmus Ristolainen and Johnny Gaudreau, and by the time the trade deadline came around, we knew we were a good team, and that's why I made those trades, because it was like we just won the Stanley. Oh, hang on a second. Ryan Ellis is fully healed. That must have been a day-to-day injury. We had just won the Stanley Cup the previous year. We were clearly going to make the playoffs. And worst case scenario, if we lost in the first round of those playoffs, would I still be okay with losing Gaudreau and Rasmus Ristolainen? And the answer was yes. Now, we ended up losing Rasmus Ristolainen and Johnny Gaudreau. What the hell is this? Yeah, waivers. But, oh my God. Will Sylvester is fully healed. Okay. Why is there friggin' injuries in preseason? God damn it. Oh, man, now I forgot my point. Oh, well, whatever. Oh my God. Chicago player Warren Fogle has been injured with an abdominal strain. His estimated return is October 6th. Warren Fogle. No, I don't think he's anything, so I'll just go to assistant coach, replace his player for right now. So let us start up year number 6. Right, okay, so I was talking about the trade value. So we lost Johnny Gaudreau and Rasmus Ristolainen, but this team still retained what made them great up until that trade deadline. A deep roster with players who just produce on the ice. Now, the big question is, you know, with these new lines and also the new goaltenders, Connor Hellebuyck didn't exactly have the greatest regular season numbers, but he didn't drop the ball. He dropped the ball in the playoffs. During the regular season, what was it, like 9-15, 9-12? He had that 9-20 season as well. So he was capable for us. If Malcolm Subban and Tristan Jarry can't get it done, you know, we may be in trouble. But that's why I want to go at least 2 months here before we make any crazy changes. So to start the first month, 6-3-2. Way too early to start making changes just yet. Let's take a look at what did I say about Evgeny Malkin. Now, while I was doing some power of video editing, I realized, you know, what free agency actually looked like. I promoted free agency at the beginning of the video like it was going to be something outstanding, like I'm not signing Rasmus Ristolainen or Johnny Gaudreau because there might be somebody even better, and there was, but I end up with neither Rasmus, neither Johnny Gaudreau, or John Gibson, and I come out of free agency with 2 backup goalies, Malcolm Subban and Tristan Jarry, and an older player like Evgeny Malkin. So it might have looked like a letdown, but remember, it's Moneyball tactics, boys. We're building this team based on players who produce, and Evgeny Malkin, 40 goals last year. I know he's capable of doing it. He's got 14 points already this season. I'm not going to take a look at the team stats. I just want to see if there's anyone not producing, any line that's clearly not producing. So Malkin, 8 goals in 11 games played. Rankin, see what I mean? The assist man with the goal scorer. My advanced analytics, boys. I'm a genius at this game. And Colin White, this is why I signed Marcus Johansson. Look at this. They're just incredible chemistry. Colin White, 8 goals. Marcus Johansson, 8 assists. They're perfect. And then you put the power forwards in there to create some space for them. That is great. The third line, Nick Suzuki, Cody Glass, and Fabry. Okay, so Fabry's not getting the points down there, but it's a plus line, so they're doing good. And then Eakin, Reed, and Riley Suter, -2, -3. It's going to happen to one line. I'm not going to change that up at all. Defensively, everyone's a plus except for Theodore and Sylvester. Again, the fourth line and the bottom 6 are minus players. And if we look at our goaltenders, man, Malcolm Subban, sub-0. Wow. Games played, 8, Tristan Jarry, and his save percentage is .899. Malcolm Subban, 4 games played, and the save percentage is .943. I can already hear it in the comment section. Holy shit, Johnny. Make sure that Subban is your starting goalie. Still too early. Tristan Jarry could have a great month of November, while Malcolm Subban could shit the bed, and all of a sudden those stats change. Let's just keep it going. I feel like this team is going to be automatic. The blue line, like I said, it would have been so much better if we had Rasmus Ristolainen, and I tried to give him that $8 million, but I still feel like it's a good enough blue line to get it done. But that forward core, man, like, forget about overall numbers. Just think about analytics. We have two super snipers on this team, two guys who take 275 plus shots a year, and I'm not putting them on the same line. So if the first line's out there, Colin White's pouring on the offense. Second line, it's Malkin, but now Vegas player Craig Rankin, oh, he's fully healed, good, so it's another day-to-day injury. But we have two super snipers in the top six, and we've also put playmakers and power forwards alongside of them. I figured this game out, boys. Still got to figure out what to do with the depth. I haven't decided whether or not a third line should be defensive or offensive. I know the center should be defensive, but I've seen success with third line snipers. Here we go. Vegas player Alex Pietrangelo. If we've got to lose one player, it's got to be our best defenseman with a mild concussion. His estimated return is December 3rd. All right, so the good news here is that he's not going to miss too much, but still, I don't want to mess around here. Let me do some line changes. Hang on a sec. Okay, so we're only going to miss Pietrangelo for, I'd say, 2 to 4 games. It's only about a week, I think, till December 3rd, but I'm not going to take it lightly. I'm not just going to replace player and put Dmitry Kulikov on the first line. That's going to go to Ryan Ellis, and special teams, it's going to be Shea Theodore, who is inserted there, and the penalty kill, who did I put in? It was, Dmitry Kulikov actually doesn't have bad penalty kill stats, or bad defensive stats. So he's going to go in there, and we'll see how our team performs. So pretty good start to the year. Pietrangelo, though, see, we got December 3rd. It's right there. Not too bad. But still, Pietrangelo is a huge part of this team. So before we take a break and go to the statistics and the player stats, let me just get Alex Pietrangelo right back in there. Hang on a second. Okay, so there he is. Pietrangelo is back. Good news. We can't succeed without him, man. He's a big piece. He is the big piece on the blue line. Ryan Ellis is nice. So is Shea Theodore, but the $8 million man, he puts up the big points. So after 2 months of play, we are 16-7-3. Say what you want about free agency now, boys. I went with the big studs at the trade deadline last year. They didn't come through for us. So this year, I'm going with the guys who produce. And Geno Malkin's got 18 goals in 26 games played. What did I say? I figured it out, boys. Genius GM right here. So let us we'll do a whole standings checkup. I'm pretty sure this is going to be an automatic season, though. I don't even know if we're going to have to make any trades at the trade deadline. I mean, I don't want to mess with this team if we're playing this well. So goals for per game, 2.88, could be a little bit better. There's some teams with above 3. Goals against per, oh no, that's Vancouver. What am I talking about? Goals for per game, we are at 2.42. There you go. We're second in our division. Goals against per game, we're at 2.73. So the defensive side of things could be better. Power play percentage, best in our division, with Malkin and Colin White on each line. That's going to be rough to score or to stop. And penalty kill, we are 81.3%. Could be better, but 81. I mean, if it stays there all year, I'm fine with that. Home, and the last 10, 7-3-0. Okay. Not too much to change, especially with our current record. I mean, this individual stats, whatever. And forwards, we have Evgeny Malkin leading our team. What a sign right there. Colin White, 19. These two studs, man. Evgeny Malkin's got 18 goals. Colin White's got 19 goals. I'm a genius. I'm a freaking genius. Malkin's got 5 power play goals. Colin White's got 7 power play goals. So you split them up. Shots, Colin White's got 128. The reason why Malkin's got so many goals is shooting percentage, and that's because of that accuracy. His wrist shot accuracy is at 95. White, he pours the shots on. He's got an accurate slap shot, but you can see the shooting percentage difference. So Malkin doesn't quite take as many shots, but he's super accurate with his shots, which is great. Marcus Johansson, 1 goal, 21 assists. Perfect chemistry. Craig Rankin having his best statistical year. 6 goals, 13 assists with Geno Malkin. They're all plus players. Everyone on our team is a plus player. Good. Victor Reed, look at this. Only 4th line minutes, and he's already got 6 goals, 10 points. So the 4th line's even getting it done. Good. Defensively, Alex Pietrangelo, even with his injury, 14 points. Brandstrom getting it done, so him and Pietrangelo are not hurting our simulation. Jet Wu, same thing. Look at all these assists, man. We have assist machines on this team. And goaltenders, let's see what I mean? See what I mean? Malcolm Subban had the great first month, while Tristan Jarry had the better second month, and now his save percentage is in a better spot in their games played. He's played more games than Malcolm Subban. So for right now, I'm going to leave the goaltenders where they are. The coach seems to be playing them the way he wants to. And if one of them continue to have good, or if one of them breaks off and has a great year, I think his overall is going to go up. And if one of their overalls do go up to 84, he will immediately start to get starter numbers. The game will treat him as if he's a starter. The only reason it's going back and forth is because they're both 83 overall. So let us continue, shall we? We are on automatic mode. It is a fantastic year for the Vegas Golden Knights. Ever since year number 3, we have been, or year number 4, I should say, we've been a stud team. Year number 6 now. Even year number 5, the Western Conference Final. Oh man, Vegas player Evgeny Malkin has been injured with a sore foot. Estimated return is December 21st. Yeah, let's see, 7th, 14th. That's about a week away. You know, I'm just going to go to assistant coach, replace his player. We'll just get a few, 3-0, 4-0. Marcus Kruger is going in there on the second line right wing position. Let's see. Oh, man, you should definitely do line changes. I figured we're on automatic. We get shut out 3 times in a row. Not in a row, 3 times out of 4 games without Geno Malkin. Oh, man, so the sore foot is going around the place. Good God. Riley Suter's now been injured with a sore foot. I'm just going to replace player. There you go. Malkin's back. Give me a second. Okay, so Geno is back. Thank God. We were losing way too many games without him. And Connor Brown is going to go in there for Riley Suter on the 4th line. So let's continue the sim. And as soon as Geno comes back, we win 3-2 over Buffalo, 3-2 over Edmonton, 3-1 over Minnesota. He's a big part of this team, man. He is commanding that second line. Chicago player Steve Sakic has been injured with post-concussion syndrome. Oh my God. His estimated return is April 3rd. This guy got wrecked. Assistant coach, replacement player, depth player for the AHL. Vegas player Riley Suter is fully healed and available to play. All right, give me a second. All right, there he is, Riley Suter, back on the 4th line alongside of his line mates, Cody Eakin and Victor Reed, and we win with him back in the lineup too. So is that another win? All right. So Malkin came back against Buffalo. Kind of had a 4-game losing streak, but since Vancouver, we've won 6 in a row right now. So things are looking good. 25-11-3 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Team is pretty much on automatic. Is Malkin still leading our team? He got injured. Yeah, Malkin, 34 points in 34 games played. Looks to be on pace for another 40-goal season, and if Colin White keeps it up, I'd imagine he's there as well. So let's just continue, shall we? We can just talk about strategy, talk about potential trades that we might make. The trade deadline is coming up. I wouldn't be opposed to making a trade for maybe the 3rd line. I mean, I'm going to have to take a look. Maybe also defensively. We want to play Sylvester, but if there's somebody out there that we just have to have, oh man. February 4th for Cody Eakin. Can I just replace him? Give me a second. So out goes Cody Eakin, in goes Marcus Kruger. That's one of the injuries that we can easily deal with. Kruger is the exact same player as Eakin. Maybe not as good offensively, but the good face-off man, penalty killer, center depth, that's what he can do for us. So that's 7 in a row now against the LA Kings. Beautiful. 8 in a row. So 8 in a row winning streak for the Vegas Golden Knights before we lose. Still killing it. No need to update my trading block. How's our Chicago Wolves? Chicago Wolves are 23-14-9. So we want to make sure that we grow those guys down there. Eventually, we're going to have to make a decision on which goaltender to go with. But, I mean, if they're still both 83 overall, I'm not going to go to automated goalie rotations. I'm just going to let the team or let the coach figure it out. So Vegas player Will Sylvester has been injured with a strained hamstring. Estimated return is February 2nd. I'm going to assistant coach replace player. That will basically put Kulikov in there for Sylvester, and that's perfect. I don't need to make any changes. He's not the power play or penalty kill. All right, another 4-game losing streak right here for the Vegas Golden Knights. 5 in a row. What the hell? We just won 8 in a row to lose 5 in a row right after that. Multiple players on Vegas are now eligible to be dressed. All right, be right back. Okay, so 2 players came back. We got Will Sylvester, who has jumped up to an 80 overall. That's good news. And we also have Cody Eakin, who's back on the team. Now, I haven't been really keeping an eye on Craig Rankin, but he's still got that second line position role. I'm going to look at everyone. Yeah, everyone's overall is still the same. What about our goaltenders now? Has any goalie taken up? No, they're still both 83 overall, so I'm not even going to take a look at their individual stats. Let's get to the trade deadline, and yeah, we already know that Cody Eakin is back, and then we'll make our decision. Hopefully, we don't get some EA voodoo and go on the 3-14-1 run again. This team I know is good. You're going to see some losing streaks, sure, but over the Frederick Gaudreau. No, I don't need another Gaudreau on this team. No thank you, decline. Waivers in effect. Look at this. We are a streaky ass team. We win 8, we lose like 5, and then we've won 5 in a row again. Good. So 35, 36, 19, and 3. We're killing it. I know how to create teams in this game, boys. I'm a friggin' professional, baby. It's a long time coming. Yeah, let's just go all the way down to the 26th here. I really don't feel the need to make any trades unless there's something that's just so obvious. Maybe, you know what? Maybe even a goaltender trade. If like there's a stud goalie out there with low trade value, maybe like a veteran goaltender, just so somebody I could bring in to help out, just a for sure thing in the playoffs, I might do it. So before we take a look at who's available, let's just see where this team would be considered weak. If at all, right? So goals for per game, we're above 3, so we're killing it for offense. Arizona's up there as well. Goals against per game, we are doing very well, 2.67. Not as good as the defensive Vancouver Canucks. They're going to win all the defensive awards again, then just get beat by us in the first round. The Vegas Golden Knights power play is 19.3. It's good enough for me. Penalty kill percentage, 77.9. Could be better. So Suzuki and all those guys on the penalty kill, but we're trying to give them ice time. So as long as we're in a playoff spot, I'm going to leave those guys. We're winning games, so I'm not going to take them off. And player stats, let's see this. Forwards, all right, so Geno Malkin, 53 and 56. Colin White, 32 goals in 60 games played, 50 points. Johansson with the assist machine. Craig Rankin having a really good season. Rankin also gets some goals, so he's also a goals. He's not like a Johansson playmaker. He shoots and he scores. Nick Ritchie doing great, so all these guys are plus players. Fabry, Glass, Reed, minus players. Nick Suzuki, minus players, but he's got the 10 goals. Yeah, see, I might not have room on this team going forward for a guy like Nick Suzuki. Cody Glass, not a bad third-line center because he's defensive as well, but playmaker, you might just be... Oh, man, I might be hurting this guy's growth. He's not a stud defensively at all, but, you know, we got him back there. We might as well just use him. Cody Eakin, Riley Suter, -7. Kruger. Okay, so the depth is hurting a little bit. Defensively, Jet Wu, 31 points. Brandstrom, 30 points. Plus players. Ellis, yeah, the defensemen are fine. And goaltenders, let's see. So Tristan Jerry. Remember, previous years, Tristan Jerry did have the better save percentage. Malcolm Subban has played more games and has a respectable record, 22 and 12. All right, I'm just gonna go to the trading block. We're gonna see who's available, and we're gonna go from there. Okay, so hang on a second here. Let me go to the trading block. You know what? I don't even want to look for players. I should do my due diligence. This is gonna be a long video, but that's okay. It feels long. It won't be that long once I edit it down with all the injuries and such, and the off season. But let's go through each team. I'll go through it twice. First, we'll go through players, and then we'll go through goalies. I'll leave it in so you guys can see if there's anyone that I should be going at. We're not going after any depth players. We're fine for the bottom 6. All right, unless there's like a stud in the mid-80s that could replace Nick Suzuki. A young guy who is defensive that we could trade for Nick Suzuki. Patrick Kane from the Chicago Blackhawks. Well, with Patrick Kane, you got another goal scorer, correct? Yeah, 32 goals. Put him on the third line for 1 year. No, we're not doing that. His trade value is way up there. We had the big trades last year. We're going to hold on to our younger guys. Larson, Mendez, no, these guys are prospects of the future. Not trading for Patrick Kane. Sundin, no. I don't even think we would have anyone to trade for Patrick Kane. Hey, hang on a second. Mark Pysyk? Fuck no, not Mark Pysyk. Jonas Brodin, defenseman for Sylvester. 3 years left, 88 overall. That trade value is way too much. Jared Spurgeon, but 3 years at 33 years of age. No, I'd rather... Sylvester grew from a 79 to an 80. He might continue to grow. Unless it's somebody that you just can't say no to. Renberg, 74. No, we don't need any of these guys. Kevin Hayes, center depth. No, don't need that. Cody Ceci, 1 year left, 86 overall. All right, that could be a replacement for Sylvester. But we already have so many righties. Nah, I'd rather hold on to Sylvester because you're not going to be able to sign Cody Ceci. You got too many contracts coming up. And I don't want to trade with him anyways. I like this team. At some point, you know, you just got to trust the guys and let them go. We've had a good regular season, and if we don't make any crazy trades, we're going to be that much stronger for next year. I'd rather hold on to our players. So there was one good player out there. Patrick Kane was nice. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think that's going to happen. And Cody Ceci was more realistic and actually would help out our team because it would make our blue line that much better. But realistically, I don't think I don't think we have that kind of value to trade away. Now, this guy, Korpisalo, 4 years left, 7.6. The Columbus Blue Jackets do want to trade him away. Let's see what kind of stats he puts up. 921 save percentage this year, 924 save percentage the previous year. Yeah, this guy simulates well. We'll come back to him. Columbus, 7.6 mil. It's a little bit. But if we have to trade for somebody with trade value, I'd rather do it for a goaltender right now, boys. Because we have what we need up front. The blue line, I agree, could use one more stud like we had last year. But even with that blue line last year, we didn't win the Stanley Cup, right? We need a goalie. We need a goalie. And so far, Tristan Jarry and Malcolm Subban, I don't feel comfortable with one of them. Because if one of them have a bad game in the playoffs, it's almost like you're going to feel the need to go to the next one. Because they're both 83 overall. Not one of them is taken off. So you know what? Korpisalo is the only guy available. Let's take a look. Let's see. Because I know you guys are screaming right now. I don't mind the contract. I love the years. That's the perfect bridge deal to Rocky Roenick. And then we can even trade him in his last year before we got to sign guys. I was going to give John Gibson, what was it, 8.8750, so 7.6 for Korpisalo is fine by me. If we're going to have this trade go through, I'm going to have to be one of their goaltenders going back. It would have to be, I'd hold on to Tristan Jarry because he's got the better save percentage. So bye-bye Malcolm Subban. It has to be a goalie for goalie to get something off the team. Now let's see what we have. I'm not trading away Rocky Roenick for Korpisalo. No way. Rocky Roenick is our goalie of the future. Defensively, 1, 2, 3. See, now McIsaac becomes available because he's not cracking the NHL squad. I don't like his numbers, and he hasn't grown. He stayed at 79 overall, and he's 23 this year. So if I put him in there, we're getting a little bit closer to the value. Kulikov. Madsen I want to hold on to because he has the low elites. I'll hold on to him for one more year. Cizik is only 21, so he's staying. That's all the defensemen. I don't want to trade away 2 defensive prospects. Victor Reed I'm holding on to. Suter I'm holding on to. Lindgren I'm holding on to. He may grow. No one really there. Left wingers, Johansson, Fabry. I'm holding on to all those guys. And centers, White, Malkin, Glass. I wouldn't mind trading Suzuki right here for like a depth because it doesn't look like his value's going down. He's already 23 years of age. Nick Suzuki. All right, let's see. Let's see if there's anyone else on this team that's maybe defensive-minded that doesn't have a lot of trade value that we could just bring back. So let me search by forwards, search by overall. Let me see here. Like these guys. I don't need Perron. No, I don't need any of these. But this guy, Abramov. Sniper, don't need a sniper. Sonny Milano, no, I don't need that guy. Toulouse-T, they don't have the forward to get it done. So you know what? I'm not going to be trading away Suzuki right here. If I could find a defensive player, I would have done it, but no. So, I don't know if we're going to be able to get this guy, boys. Let me go to all skaters, take a look at the best trade values here. Is there any players that I'm not using? All these guys are on the NHL roster. Cizik would be the best, but I'm already trading away one of our defensive prospects. I don't want to trade away 2. Madsen, I don't think Madsen's going to grow. Let's see, offensive defenseman. I don't like his stats, and he's already 20. You know what? I'll trade away Madsen. Yeah, 2 defensemen. Because, hold on to Cizik, we can acquire more, and our defensive core is pretty young as it is. I mean, Pietrangelo and Ellis are staying around for another 2 years. That gives us time to find one, and this solves our goaltender issue. Yeah, okay. So Subban, McIsaac, Madsen, that might go through because they're willing to give them up, and they want these 2. I'm going to try it. Will it go through? No, it did not, so we're going to have to add in a draft pick. Okay, this is what I wanted to avoid. I don't want to trade away our first-round draft pick again, so I'll try a second. Subban, 2 top prospects, and a second for Jonas Korpisalo. My God, man. Nope, that's not going to go through either. 2 seconds? Jesus, this is a lot, boys. This is a lot, but it's a nice goaltender that takes us to the bridge to Rocky Roenick, and then we can get the value back when we resell him. So 2 seconds, Subban, McIsaac, and Madsen for Jonas Korpisalo. Will it go through? Yes, it did. I am happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and we consider it a done deal. So you guys let me know if you agree with that trade or not. We did give up a lot, but there's our goalie now. We finally got it. He's 28 years of age. Even if he drops to an 86 or 85, I don't think he's going to. It's fine for us. And now we have a for sure thing, and I can free up some cap space for next year. So we didn't get the blue line stacked like we did in previous seasons. But that's okay, because now we have that goaltender, and our offense is scoring like never before. So hopefully when it comes to the playoffs, the offense keeps scoring. Korpisalo steals us a few games, and the blue line is good enough, hopefully, to get it done, especially with Alex Pietrangelo. So that's it, boys. That's the only changes I'm going to make. My Chicago Wolves, they need... Oh, yeah. I'll just find 2 defense... I don't want to do best lines. because there's a few guys that need to start on the forward core. So substitute in there, and then you, Pyarvi, substitute in there, and then I'll just switch these guys up here. Boof, boof, and Cizik, boof, boof, boof. What is it? Extra attacker? God damn it. Extra attackers, unfilled. I traded away everyone. We'll just throw out the Brooks guy, center, and Cornell. There you go. All right, bunch of micromanaging that I am not editing out of the video. Man, this video is going to be long, but I just know it. There's no point in waiting around. The friggin' season is automatic right now. We are a good team, 3rd year in a row. So let us simulate up to the playoffs. Hopefully we don't go 3-14-1 when we get in. I don't care where we sit. I know we're going to be a good team. Once we get to the playoffs, anything can happen. Let's just not have any adventures. No injuries, no long-term injuries, and no 3-14-1 run. There you go. That's a good start. That's a real good start. So a 3-2 victory over San Jose, 5-1 victory over Winnipeg. That's Chicago, so don't worry about that. So Jonas Korpisalo, his first 4 games are 4 double. I don't know if he's starting all 4 games, but he's killing it. Chicago player is fully healed. All right, so I'll just continue. Let's see. So his first loss, 5-2 to the Carolina Hurricane. My God, man. Okay, I get it. Enough of these friggin' injuries. Jesus, I know it's realistic, right? But god damn, it's frustrating. Oh, we're killing it. Oh, man, we're killing it. So ever since we traded for Korpisalo, we have 1 loss. Chicago player Roligalski is back. Oh, there's another shutout. So you guys let me know. In this video, you got free agency and you got the trade for Korpisalo. So Malkin on this team, the 2 backup goaltenders. We picked Tristan Jarry because he was... Oh! April 1st. That's not that bad. You know, we're in the playoffs. Assistant coach replaces player. We're in the playoffs. There you go. We can still win with Korpisalo on the team. April 1st is right there. So let us just continue, boys. 52, 20, and 3. We might even be on. I mean, what the hell? We're how many? Oh, April 5th. That's not that bad either. What the fuck? Why at the end of the year? Oh, okay, so he'll be back April 5th. I don't think, if anything, he's going to miss the first game of the playoffs. All right, so assistant coach replaces player. Pietrangelo and freaking Malkin go down, and we're still winning games. Steve Sakic gets back from his concussion. Can continue. Holy shit, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 in a row. 13, 14, 15, 16. 16-1 since trading for Korpisalo. I think it was the right trade. Holy shit. So Malkin should be back for right there. I mean, we're up to 113 points. This might be a President's Trophy year. So I really made the right decision getting Malkin and trading for Korpisalo. So Vegas player Pietrangelo is back. Let me get him in there just so there's no nonsense going on. Oh, Jesus, my heart just dropped. I looked over at my recording thing, and I thought it wasn't on. Oh, that would have sucked. All right, so Pietrangelo, you get your ass right back in there. Good. So Alex Pietrangelo is back, and we lose. Pietrangelo goes back in there. Kulikov on the top 2, we lose. And Malkin is back as well. So let me just take my time with this. And we'll get Kruger playing alongside of Rankin and Tuck. So Rankin didn't grow from 87 to 88. We can always maybe bring him up next year. He is the future, boys. Don't worry. Yeah, as long as he has good statistical years and he's getting plenty of ice time, it's fine. He'll grow. So there's a 2-1 victory. Oh, yeah, President's Trophy, boys. President's Trophy. 57, 21, and 3. Last game of the year. I told you we're on automatic right now. Korpisalo loses 2 games, man. Since, oh, man, I got to count them up. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 16, 17, 18, 19, 19-2 in our last 21 games. 19-2 in Korpisalo's first 21 games with Vegas. Oh, my God. And we almost get to a 60-win season. That is a crazy finish. Yep, I signed the right players, boys. This is the climax of the Vegas Golden Knights. I've built a fantastic team here. So let me pat myself on the back and let's go through some of these team stats and player stats. Pacific Division. All right, so well, hang on. Did we win the President's Trophy? Entire league. Let's see. Yes, we did. So your year 6 Vegas Golden Knights win the President's Trophy with 119 points. Damn, we're real this year. I'm going to just sort by here. Goals for per game. We are second in the NHL, 3.16. Goals against per game. We are fourth in the NHL, 2.46. Keeping the puck out of the net, scoring as well. Power play percentage, we are 18.9, so not doing the greatest with the power play. Maybe we just have so many, though. Penalty kill percentage, Vegas. Could be better. Now remember, Suzuki was on the penalty. Are we at the bottom? Where's... Oh, hang on. There it is, all the way up there. We're at 79.9%. I'm fine with that. Okay, so some good stats. Yeah, of course I'm fine with that. We just won the President's Trophy. Why wouldn't I be fine with it? Point-wise. Okay, so forwards, Marcus Johansson, 63 assists, 74 points. I told you, he's dynamite alongside of Colin White. Evgeny Malkin, even though he dropped down to an 84 like I predicted he would, he's still capable of producing. 38 goals, 34 assists, 72 points as a second liner. Colin White, 44 goals. He's an absolute monster. Nick Ritchie, oh yeah, baby. Nick Ritchie quietly having a solid year, 30 goals, getting it done. That first line is great, man. Craig Rankin, was it his best year? 57 points. He kind of slowed down there towards the end. Yeah, best year though. Most goals, 18, 39 assists, plus 24. If he keeps on having years like this, he's gonna grow, I promise you. Tuck in there, Glass, all right, so some minus players, Robbie Fabry and Glass. Yeah, see, Glass, Fabry, and Suzuki, I think it would be better if that third line was defensive. Even though he had a President's Trophy year, I still think it. Now, Victor Reed, maybe we move him up to the third line, because 15 goals as a fourth liner. That's great. Riley Suter, 10 goals. Cody Eakin, all right, and then all these other guys. Defensively, let's see, Jet Wu really stepping up to the plate. Eric Brandstrom, 39 assists. Petrangelo with that injury, 36 points. All right, all of them are plus players, though. And then goaltenders, Jonas Korpisalo. He only started 34 games played, 21 for us. Oh, probably not 21. It was just our last 21 games. But now we have Tristan Jerry, our backup, who had a great season, save percentage, 929. And Korpisalo, 927 save percentage, goals against 2.16. And what was it? 19-2 in our last 21. So the guy, he knows what he's doing. So, boys, we won the President's Trophy. We are a top-tier team. You know, hang on, last thing I forgot to do. I should have compared the player stats with stats from around the league, because we did have some top-tier goal scorers this year. Hang on a sec. Entirely, no point in checking save percentage. But let's see, goals, any 50 goal scorers? Tarasenko still getting it done. Colin White, third in the league for goals at 85 overall. And Evgeny Malkin, we're down here as well, and he got injured. So we have two of the top goal scorers in the NHL this year. And also, Richie's down there with 30, so we're scoring goals, boys, no problem. How about assists? Was Johansson the best assist man? Klingberg, 71 assists, oh my god. Johansson, though, the best forward for creating assists this year. Move over, Connor McDavid. It's all about Marcus Johansson. See, boys, advanced analytics. I figured out this game as the GM, and now we can just wreck fools. Hopefully, the playoff simulation doesn't screw us over. We got everything we need. A weaker blue line from last year, but a much better goal-scoring team and a much better goaltender, and we got the St. Louis Blues in round number 1. We'll finish it off at the end. And this is going to be a long video, even with the editing. Whatever, though. It's been a long time since the last one. I owe you guys. So, awards, no, we'll end it on the playoff tree. Your Year 6 playoffs look like this. Our rivals, the Vancouver Canucks, are going up against the Edmonton Oilers, so if they get by them and we get by the Blues, it's a round 2 matchup. Calgary, the team that defeated us, they're here. Colorado, Dallas, Nashville. And in the East, you got Toronto, Philly, Detroit, Tampa, Carolina, Pittsburgh, and the Islanders versus Columbus. So the Panthers didn't make it in. Take that, John Gibson. Should have signed with us. He could have been a part of the President's Trophy winning team for what? For more money as well. Ridiculous that he didn't sign here. So, boys, let me know what you think about Malkin signing and also the trade for Korpisalo. Year 6 President's Trophy. So within 6 years, I got you a cup and a President's. Let's see if we can get another cup, baby. See you guys in the playoffs. Hey guys, Johnny here, and thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give us a like, hit that subscribe button, and make sure notifications are on so you don't miss out on any new content. You can also swing by our website, which has forums and a live chat. That, along with Twitter, allows us to play with our subscribers in our GTA lobbies or the 24/7 open Minecraft server, where you can build with others or play in one of the many games across Superbia. Our Patreon account helps us support our website and the Minecraft server, and we also live stream on Twitch, where I take days off my life for your entertainment. Sonny Gray, get out of it. You stupid pieces of shit! I should have gone with Jose for Fernandez! Oh my god, pitching change. Fernandez, get your ass in there. Oh, I swear to god, baseball god just decided all over me. Grand slam, oh yeah. Make me miss the playoffs with a first-ranked team. Year 2, 30 games above 500, no divisional win, trip to the wild card. First inning.